name is Jacob Berry. We're about to get into the sheep's brain dissection here. So let's start it off. As you can see, there's no diagrams or anything. I just have my structure list. So looking at the brain here, we have the cerebellum. You can see the sulci are the ridges here, and the gyri are the hill structures. We have the longitudinal cerebral fissure, which I cut along here. Getting into the brainstem, which runs along here, we have the beginning is the spinal cord, then we have the medulla oblongata, and then the pons. Looking at the midbrain, the cerebral peduncle is about here. Then you have the superior and inferior colliculus. We have the vermis, which is going to be along the outside, and then the two lateral hemispheres on either side. Looking at the meninges, this was the outer covering of the brain. We have, which is made of the dura mater, underneath that the arachnoid, and then underneath that the pia mater. The pituitary gland is, one sec, right here. This structure here on the brain, it would sit right about here. The olfactory bulbs are right here. The nerves would be coming off of that. You can see this little Y-shaped, let me grab the pointer here. This Y-shaped structure, although it's a little bit obscured from the meninges, that's the optic nerve, and where they cross here would be the optic chiasm, and then they would cross to the opposite sides of the brain along the optic tract here. The ocular motor is about right here. The trochlear is about here. The trigeminal nerves would be just underneath that, and then lastly the abducens would be somewhere below that. Inside the brain here, we have the corpus callosum. Next we have the thalamus, which is about here, and the hypothalamus below that. The lateral ventricle, this is this gap here, and then the septum pellucidum and the choroid plexus. The third ventricle is going to be over here. The cerebral aqueduct is going to be here along the cerebellum, or underneath I should say, and then the fourth ventricle is going to be right here. The arbor vitae, the tree of life, is this white matter here. You can see the branch shape there. And then along the spinal cord you can see the white matter and gray matter differentiated by their shades. And the dorsal and ventral roots, if we reassemble the brain, are going to be running along here.